Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Young Bull Trent back with another video.
Like this halo, this dark halo
Try to
versus
see.
cloud.
We're just
Yeah,
doing a
it's pretty
run
like a
on
non-colored halo. It's probably just dark because Emu is like he
a
prefers the
run or
dark
two
stuff.
on Superstar KO, and then we're gonna hit the
Do you
hay.
think it's invisible? No, it's not
Oh
invisible.
my gosh,
You could grab. No, nobody's
what
mentioned
a play!
any eye ring hovering over this man's
How
body.
y'all been?
I
Sorry,
know
the
the Emo
background
looks
noise. That is my boys over
Emo looks scary.
on YouTube.
Like Luffy
Top
actually
podcast.
like looked at Emo
They're
scary and
great
said,
people.
"This dude looks scary." Like we know everybody's bugging out seeing what Emo looks like, but now when you're voicing it, Luffy's the only one. So you couldn't see this dude looks not like something they never seen in their life. Totally like they see a lot of stuff, but Emo's on a different ballpark in his physical appearance and how he
Alright,
moves.
guys.
And also Luffy's suggesting he looks crazy, like scary, and I'm sensing an overwhelming power from him. Like those Luffy's actions and thought process.
Oh my gosh, what a pass.
Yeah.
Touchdown, guys. I mean, we're just on point. What a pass by Jared Goff.
That's why it's different. I don't even think. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know that it's the
I'm
first.
sorry, but I have to have some type of noise in the background. I
One time
figured
like
I'd do a
Zero was
podcast
Yonko,
for
but Luffy
today.
showed that he was like for instance, Luffy wasn't like for look at all the fights that Luffy's been in. Luffy never really looked like he
Oh,
was bugging out, even against Kaido or Yonko or Big Mom. This is the first time Luffy was sensing Inu's power. Because again, he sensed an animal, he went to go chase after it. Like, he sensed Kizaru, like something would be strong. And we got that exit. Luffy's sensing Inu's power. Luffy's freaking out saying that I need to eat, then keep on eating until I have to strip the fight this dude. And Luffy was like, to me, Luffy's kind of showing. Luffy got a little nervous saying that I need to eat to even beat this guy. Like, eat all the amount of food in Elbaf. Like, Luffy knows what the Elbaf food does to him. It gives him a lot of power. But Luffy, to me, like, he needed to do this. So much of it. All the food in that wherever kitchen they're at. For him to even face him. Yeah. To me, I could be wrong. It's crazy. Like, Lawrence, remember the Natsu thing you mentioned? The what? The Natsu thing with that, with Natsu face. Oh, yeah. With, it's like, to me, I thought it's something similar to that in a weird way. It's just a way, way before that. Like, years ago when I was actually watching, Reading Fairy Tail, it was like when Natsu, my brother. Mm-hmm. But this is, I'm not even,
we're just
no,
doing.
when
We're just
Natsu
trying to
got
keep
shut
them from
down
that
by,
first
what,
down.
Monarchs, whatever?
Doing whatever. I'll take the little 2 yards,
Like, I thought that
but
was crazy.
we're holding them under 2. I like that. He's gonna probably look for likely here.
Natsu, he's like Luffy, right? Yeah. And it's like, imagine Luffy, like, your will
I'm
to
gonna
not
go
get broken
likely here.
through
So I'm gonna do a
combat.
coverage.
Like, that's like kind of what happened. And again, I don't see it. When Lawrence is saying it, I can never see it. When how Luffy reacted towards Inu's hockey, when eating the Elba food, that's when I kind of saw it. To me, Luffy, to me, got a little nervous facing Inu. I could be wrong, but sad. You can't watch Fairy Tail, brother. Do I? Just for the goon material. Just for the goon material. That's never gonna be enough for me to watch a series. Oh, it's enough.
It's so nuts, guy.
Let's do some super chats, and then we'll jump into the final part of the chapter. Alright. Guys, like the stream if you haven't already. I see. Alright, let's get it. So, as Luffy continues dodging the tracking Omen flame, Emu descends into the forest.
Let's see
Landing
here.
on the ground, he spins his glaive, causing it to transform into a different type of Omen flame. Then, from the Omen wheel on Emu's back, something begins to emerge. It slowly takes shape before fully transforming into a blade. Emu reveals the blade of nothingness, Voku. The moment the blade manifests, the surrounding forest begins to wither away. Trees lose their life, vegetation dries out, and everything around it starts dying simply from the blade's existence. While still trying to evade the tracking Omen blade, Luffy notices the forest has suddenly dried up. Emu looks at the battlefield and calmly remarks,
Oh my god.
Luffy fires back, saying, same from up here. In an instant, Emu launches himself toward Luffy at incredible speed.
As he closes the distance, Imu declares that, of course, he knows Luffy is a Joy Boy. Luffy is caught off guard by just how unbelievably fast Imu is. Imu then gives Luffy a death stare. Suddenly, Luffy's eyes roll back as he coughs up blood, seemingly struck by an invisible force. At the same time, the tracking Omen flames finally catch up to him, exploding on impact and drawing even more blood. Then, in the very next panel, we see the devastating result. Imu has pierced Luffy straight through the chest with the blade of nothingness open. Blood pours from Luffy's body as Imu holds him suspended in the air on the blade. Looking directly at Luffy, Imu
I cannot tell right here.
Joy Boy was not this weak. And with that, the chapter comes to an end. So, starting with Seb, what were your thoughts on the final part of this chapter, brother?
Alright, so I was talking about how I love seeing Luffy struggle. I love to see him take L's. This one really did remind me of the Crocodile loss, where he got stabbed through the chest by Crocodile in Alabasta. And I wonder if Oda will go the same route, where he has him fight him 3 times in the same arc to try to survive, because that was technically round 1 between Luffy and Crocodile.
Come on, baby.
But I really love seeing
Chat, there we go. There's a pick. Will we fix it? Will we fix it? He can fix it. He can fix it. It's gone. He's gone. That's 6.
Like, I didn't anticipate seeing
That's 6.
As far as the sword itself, the Blade of Nothing is Goku. I was wondering, like, where we're going with that. Because now this is the second weapon that Imu's using, and it spawned from the ring around him.
Chat, great first game.
My mind went somewhere with this.
About a 7-minute game.
And I don't know if it makes any sense. But actually, like,
I'm gonna at least try to get 5 games in for y'all for this video.
they all represent a different weapon that you can use. And I tried to see if there was like a specific like number count that's consistent on the app. I didn't have time to like read them those out to myself. But I also went back to like the 20 kings, right? Skulls on you, pants and stuff. Is it a situation where each weapon is one of those 20 that were placed in front of the throne? And he has the weapons of like the lead warrior or king of all these nations, these allied nations that banded together. And is both one of them. Like, I don't remember what the name of the other spear was, the moose spear that he had, or the halberd or whatever it was, but I was like, is he going to have 20 different weapons that he can use in weapon? And you have to overcome all 20 of them.
Man.
19 because the Nefertari was still there.
Yeah.
In terms of what the ability can do, I love seeing it like just wither away all the trees. And like, we talked about Imu's speed earlier. I don't know if this weapon gives him the
Yes, sir, boy.
but
Cracked his dumbass.
like, he closed the distance between him and those trees, Luffy in the tree, Luffy in this, in an instant. Luffy couldn't react, he said, and got and I really, really, really love the fact that he put it all back in Luffy's face where he says, you know what, you're right. You're not good. With the cliffhanger from last chapter. Joy Boy wasn't this weak. I love that so very much. I already mentioned the Crocodile callback where he kind of was like, yo, there's levels to this. Like, some pirate of your caliber couldn't hope to touch me. And then, in this instance, I'm reminded of Luffy after Ace died, and his whole thing about I'm no pirate king was because he was too weak and Ace ended up dying. So for the top one of the world, for Luffy to basically become a Yami, have his awakening ability, have his
Wide the fuck open. Game time, chat. Game over.
You're too weak to actually compare to that dude. I really, really enjoyed that as a
Send him home.
Not just that Luffy lost, is that he has to come to this realization too. Like, you're still
What the heck, chat? Chat, we gonna try this one more time, and if it does this, then I might end it here.
I'm trying to remember if Sanji and Zoro had already won their fights. You know what I mean? Like, this happens later in the arc to me, typically. Yeah, they already won, right? Yeah. Granted, Luffy lost to Kaido a few times, but, like, they typically wrap all that up first. You know what I'm saying? And then you have Luffy go through these highs and lows, these real big lows. So I was like, is Luffy actually down, or is he getting up from this? Because there wasn't as much build-up to him losing in this faction as you'd expect. Granted, the Kaido having get knocked off the roof that kind of got cut back to, but I wasn't anticipating Luffy losing. I anticipated him getting, I don't want to say embarrassed, but like being upset as he was.
Chad, do y'all think we even get a good team?
But he lost. It seems as though he's down. Granted, he's still in gear 10, so maybe he's not.
Alright, we got Godwin. He's decent, but like not the best.
Probably work on a full theory for the 20 swords thing, Larry. I didn't have time to like actually craft that, so my bad. But in general,
Let's take May just to see who you get.
and I'll cut it there. We had our whole back and forth about Emu scaling and how he looks when Luffy punched him and sent him flying. This is what you want.
I can work with this.
He was on go mode, and we talked a lot
I can
about
work with this, chat.
Joy Boy and the Devil Fruit's taking over, the Dawn attacks, etc. Luffy needs to start tapping back into what he was using, because clearly what he got ain't enough. So, I'll end my turn there, but yeah, I love it. Alright.
EJ Speed, I got the. I will say one thing. Who's ready for the NFL season? Because, boy, I am. Rams are the favorite to win, and if you think the Rams aren't winning, you're stupid. Yo, who is on my team? Chat, we may be cooked.
About how that he's in the combination of like everyone looking for, but also I think there's also more to Emu. Especially too, like I said, you can fight at any range, and he seems to be like kind of like a real warrior, which I kind of like about him, because he's shown that he can fight either or. I think he uses legs, he can use his hands, he can use any weapon, he uses his ability, and he's fast and strong on.
Yep, I want that. I want that matchup. Never mind, chat. I am a fucking retard. Or I am stupid, chat. Oh my god. Yep, I'll take it. I didn't even need my X Factors. Well, we threw a pick first drive. Let's see if we can end the game right here with the touchdown. Catch them off guard. My defense is
enough to.
it is needing work.
Like you said, he speed lifts Luffy in Gear 4. Like, you know, that like I didn't think that would happen, and with Future Sight, you know, because we saw Luffy was using. You know, to me, I have no doubt that Luffy had his observation.
Quick 10 yards.
Before he even went Gear 5, he was using it, and now this time.
I fucks with that quick 10 yards and.
Kind of remind me, Luffy wasn't in Gear 4 though, but even though he still got speed lifts like Kaido, right? But this is different because it's a stronger version of Luffy, and he's in Gear 5. And he was just like no one. Luffy couldn't even see it coming. Like, oh, huh? And he couldn't react. You know? And the double damage of like getting, cut through.
Holy shit.
And with the homies coming, right?
Alright, there it is, guys.
Say, go.
Now let's.
We're gonna continue to tackle what they're assigned to do by Emu in the first place. So like you take in a way like a double hit here, I guess. You know? And then Emu's look when he does it to Luffy and then says, like, I know Jordan. And you're not him. He was never, or I say not never. He was not this weak. It's a cold statement. And it speaks so much to like
Yeah, no.
has to grow into. You know? Because like again, I kind of also like this because before I said I've always argued
garbage.
Has to be strong or should be strong. And it to me goes back because at the time it was like the Yonko was the top. You know, before we got introduced to Emu, right? And I would always argue that I wouldn't accept that after 2 years time skip that Luffy was already on the level. I don't know. They have to be strong. They're gonna be something else. It's gonna be like it got to the point where, like, for example, even Hawkins said the Yonko straight didn't make sense. Like they were so strong, it didn't make sense, right? But now we're seeing them. Emu's even beyond that, you know? Because Luffy's in a way kind of reaching that Yonko level or reaching Yonko status at the very least. But even that one, we know it's not the real strength, but anyway, he did partly take down Kaido, right? But then Emu's just like, this is I'm used to playing or that I know you're weak, like you're not, and I loathe it. Like it also just do like before, he was unimpressed or like not even used by Luffy his entire time. And I guess if you want to know, he's probably comparing me to Joy Boy, which is like. Because he's watching Luffy, because I literally, when he's looking at Luffy, because I go back to the one...
Chat, we play defense.
When Emu was distracted by Brook, again, when he did it, the way he blocked it, shows that it's here. This is weak, man. And this I want to add before, because like I said before, and I kind of not really called it out, but I said before, I know people are like hyping up saying Emu downscale through that one punch or whatever, right? But that's why I attached it to, like, what Oda was giving you, because, right, we got beforehand how Luffy was hyping up Emu, talking about like he's never felt hockey like this. It's so heavy, it's harsh.
It's about to get real.
I can win if without a full stop. So now Luffy gets a full stop, and now first saying, I don't think anybody can beat me because I feel so overpowered. I feel so much pain just flowing through me. Right? So Luffy's thinking, I'm at the top of my game. No one. Right? I don't see anyone. And he was like, this is the top of your game. This is weak, bro. Like, that's what Oda was trying to do, like, kind of get no excuses for, like,
yeah.
No, you're at the top of your game. But showing Emu's level, that even at Luffy at his strongest peak right now, because even before he first awakened it was tight, he said, I'm not my peak. Next thing, I don't feel like I can beat by anyone. He was like, this is nothing. Showing that, because even after Emu got punched by Luffy, right, he was still not impressed by that punch. He kind of just, like, he got hit. He was just like, okay. Like, so he felt Luffy's punch there. You're going to add that. He's still saying, this is weak. You know what I'm saying? So even though I think you're like, hit him, like, showing again, you get caught. But when you're not there, if someone's stronger than you or at that level, you get caught. Even someone bleeds, like, even people bleed, whatever it was. But it feels like they have, like, no real effect on them or Where does that rank Shanks now for us? You know, like whatever. Like
I play defense. I don't know why people think that this shit's sweet.
where do we rank like Shanks and Slay and Emo?
I'm defensive minded.
Where Luffy was at like
I knew exactly where you wanted to throw it. Give me that.
conversation with that too. Is that over like Shanks' caliber of a warrior and his hotness? But yeah, I want to open the floor now, so I'm gonna start my turn.
All them people still gonna lose. I don't even have a good defense. I don't even know how to set it up right.
I really thought two things. I was gonna go too crazy on it because I knew this fast one to go crack out. Like actually three things. Three things. Um, I thought the crocodile thing, and I started thinking of other comparisons with Order Dollars and like references. I was wondering if Oda, you know, because this is Luffy's first encounter with Emo. We already know what Luffy's first encounter technically with crocodile was. I think the whole stabbing and not Luffy's like a green, like he's green, and that he can't last long in a grand line, something like that with crocodile said. And now he was doing something similar comparing to Joe, calling him like, you're weak or you're weak. You're not there. You won't survive. Pretty much. Well, you have no business doing that. I really thought this, like, and it's just crazy. Just, we compare like he was supposed to be almost like all the main protagonists that Luffy has done. I mean, all the main protagonists Luffy fought. It'd be crazy to think that Luffy has to go through almost all what he went through already to get to here. He's doing all over. Like, he was the main boss and main boss. Like, all the stuff that Luffy went through to get to Ela, he has to pretty much relive everything again to even match to possibly match Ela again. That's what I thought. I wanted to do those things. Always doing it from Crocodile on. From Crocodile on, all the steps Luffy had to do, in inversion. That's what I thought.
Tony Jefferson. Guys, I really just pick people off. This is what I do.
It's like Luffy's whole pirate journey from the Grand Line always he has to get stronger and stronger. Like, that's what I do. Like, I mean, that is crazy. That's one of the things I thought of. The other thing I thought was, I find it interesting that, and we never saw, you remember the first
DJ Moore.
The first showing of Nika?
Yeah.
Do you mean like, do you mean when Odahime gave us that silhouette of Joy Boy?
We're talking about who's who.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who's the one? Yeah, and I said, Nika has a spear and a sword. We haven't seen anybody wield this or have these together, or the combination, those separate. And I found it interesting that Oda kind of showed even with what? Have a spear at one point, fighting Luffy, but later on whipped out a sword, fighting Luffy. And like, dude, we never saw that combination at all, almost to my knowledge. The only time we saw somebody wield that was
We play defense, baby.
over time. Nika was the first person we saw somebody wield a spear and a
We don't want it.
the second person to actually do it is he. And I thought, what's the connection? Like, why? Like, I wonder if there's any significance or anything here. Like, I don't have any things, but I just noticed that Eno's carrying, he didn't carry both at the same time, but I just felt like he had a spear at one point, technically, and now he had a sword at blade. And then the only person who saw that, who actually was, that their fighting style was Nika. That Joey was Nika. So I was wondering again, we don't even know that Eno mentioned Nika only once. Mostly it's Joey all the time. Either he mentioned Nika or the girls mentioned Nika. I don't actually remember if Eno ever mentioned it, but I just found out. That was kind of interesting. The other thing I find interesting as well is I don't know if we'll be passed.
Alright guys, well I think that's what we're going to call it for today. It's been a good video, and I will see y'all. I'll be posting more of these videos, and it is Young Bull Trent, and I'm out of here.